students. Welcome to class teachers, CCI, mentors, senior students who are available. Namaste to all. And I'm starting the presentation now. And Isha Mali, Nitin N, you have not responded yet. The CR should respond in the beginning when you are doing the first period, no? Nitish Hegde, you are there? Yes, you have joined. Nitish Hegde. So Nitish Hegde.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
You will be keeping your mic on. So when I will be asking, should I move to the next slide? But you are free, any of you are free to pause me. So that particular segment of code, statement, expression, I couldn't get. So I will have to check it again. Okay? Prapti?
Yeah,
Nitish Hegde and Prapti, two adjacent names. Just I have called. Keep your mic on. Yes, Nitin? Nitish?
yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Starting the presentation. So tell me, it is visible to you? Now your name is
Yes, sir.
hidden. Yes, good. So today I have kept this flow control statements in Python. Before that, 2-3 slides I will be taking again, just to see that giving the weightage of the university questions of this conditional statements, and then we will start to the looping statements of Python, ending with the nesting of loop and the few slides of this exception handling also. So something what you have already worked with the question mark colon, no? And first year, second year with C, C++, Java, this question mark colon ternary operator, ternary, conditional if or ternary operator. So in which way we will write those ternary or conditional if statement in Python? I have given one example. So that because conditional statements are ending, so I thought that I should check it. So here I have written one example that getting the salary and I will have to compute the bonus. So if salary is less than 1 lakh, then bonus is 50,000. And if it is greater, means if it is not, then bonus is 60,000. So in which way it is written? Bonus equal to 50,000 if salary less than 1 lakh, else 60,000. So see that how cleverly it is written like the question mark colon ternary operator. Bonus equal to 50,000 as we are talking to the computer. Bonus equal to 50,000 if salary less than 1 lakh, else 60,000. So if salary, what will be stored in bonus? Because the salary is 1 lakh 48,000. So now the bonus will be stored 60,000. The 60,000 will be stored to the bonus and we are printing the bonus. Now that like that ternary if question mark colon if we are nesting to compute the grade. So I have taken this also marks in your any paper and what is the VPU grading system. The grade equal to A plus if marks greater than equal to 90. Else again some nesting will come within the parenthesis. A if marks greater than equal to 80. Else again one nesting come B if marks greater than equal to 70. Else C if marks greater than equal to 60. Else D if marks greater than equal to 50. Else E if marks greater than equal to 40. Else F. And now we are closing all those nested conditional if statement. And then if your marks is 76, it is printing your grade B. One more nesting. I don't know the new fashionable pronunciation. Want more, one, I want more, one more. I have taken from the Hollywood film dialogue. They are writing also in their caption, one more, okay, nesting. In that way I have done so that you can do the nesting of conditional if also. So Nitish Hegde, should I move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Understood, Prapti?
Yes, sir.
Good. Uh, 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 Nikita Eshwarna?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now with Booleans, you have already done, I think, in your first year, how to find. I was giving this question, and from B section also, I think the 20 students were there. So that how to find the area of triangle by given three sides. It is not right angle triangle, so that you will be getting the area just computing that half multiplied by base and height, like that. So it is three different sides of a triangle, one. And second, we will have to check the condition also, whether the sum of two sides are greater than third or not. If sum of two sides are not greater than third, then area of triangle will not be computed. So that we are computing here the area of a triangle by given three sides. So taking the three sides, converting them in float, and now here we are finding this semi-perimeter. Mathematicians told me, yes, great mathematician told me that what you are telling the condition, no, that sum of the two sides must be greater than third. It is equivalent to the statement half of the sum of all three sides must be greater than one side. I repeat once again, what the mathematician has told me, when you are telling sum of two sides must be greater than third, the another equivalent expression is the half of the sum of all sides must be greater than 1. So for that, okay. So first I am finding the semi-perimeter by S. So half of the sum of all sides divided by 2. And then it must be greater than any one of the sides. So if S is less than equal to A, or S is less than equal to B, or S is less than equal to C, we will have to give the error message, triangle is not possible in these dimensions. So that here the statement has wrapped to the next line. So I am bringing in one line so that we will not code again in that way. Fine. Because when you are changing the statement, carrying the statement to the next line, you know that in Python, next line you can go, that if your statement is followed by a backslash, so the statement can be continued to the next line. And how to compute the area, you know that math.sqrt, I have imported math here. So S multiplied by S minus A multiplied by S minus B multiplied by S minus C. And again, I'm using that particular style of C. I want to display the area and having that number of digits after decimal. So Python regards, I'm not writing here printf statement, area equal to %.3 of a square unit. And here one thing you will have to take care. In this statement, you are not separating the value or expression by comma. Here you are repeating the percent and writing the area. If you have to print the more than one, then you are those variables 1% symbol only, but those expressions, those variables should be surrounded within parenthesis and separated by comma. So it was one. If with booleans or condition it is given, I have given here. So 7.56. So it is showing the area. And if you are giving where the sum of the two sides are not greater than third one, then it is giving the error message, triangle is not possible in these dimensions. What you have written that. Okay, Prapti, should I move to the next?
Yes, sir.
Good. And one again that you are checking, no? That leap year. So I have written that simple because the conditional statement, no? So here, I am more interested to see that what are the different formats. So that print statement can be written in this format also, is a leap year format dot year. So you know that simply you can write here, yes, this particular year comma is a leap year. If it is %4, means if it is divided by 4 and year is divided by 100, but it is not divided by. If it is a century year, it must be divided by 400. I repeat the logic. You have already done in the first year, and condition is there, and between here or condition is there, and that need not be surrounded within parenthesis, because the AND logical operator having the greater precedence than OR. So here, this will be first computed here if you are surrounding within the parenthesis. So year percentage equal to 4 and year percentage 100 not equal to 0, then okay. If year percentage 400 double equal to 0, then print it is a leap year, else print not a leap year. So see the print formats here especially. Now the another I have given the some nested if like that. Percentage 4 double equal to 0, 100 equal to also 0, 400 equal to also 0, then it is a leap year, else means it is a century year but not divided by 400, then not a leap year, else it is a leap year. So that way by the nesting of if also you can check that, and here the leap year is printed. Should I move to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Here, that roots of quadratic equation you have already found. In first year, how to find here, getting the three value of ABC, converting them in float, finding the discriminant, B square minus 4AC. And this question is also taken from the university. They are also finding, and not from the textbook. You know how to find the discriminant. If the D double equal to 0, so the roots are real. So R1 will be equivalent to R2. You are finding roots are real and equal. And if it is greater than 0, then minus B plus minus B square minus 4AC whole divided by 2A. That formula is written. And if it is not, means if it is less than 0, then roots are imaginary. And how to present the imaginary variable, you know that. How to present the imaginary variable, you know that. Here, percentage of plus I asterisk percentage of minus I asterisk percentage of. So real part, imaginary part, real part, imaginary part. Again, I am maximizing that. Prapti, should I move to next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now here the today's contents are, that was the previously to conclude that conditional statements and showing you the different print formats, the while loop and for loop, and it will be followed by nesting of loops also and some of the exception handling technique in Python also. So first syntax of while is given, while condition colon, then giving the indents, you are writing the statement. And some of the annoying while statements, according to your textbook writer, sometimes you will feel that what is the meaning of that? While name not equal to your name, means it is telling here, please type your name. You are typing your name, Dr. P.N. Singh. But again, it will ask, please type your name. Please type your name. It will be typing. Means the program is having the meaning type YOURNAME. Okay, typing your name, then the loop ends. So it is input meaning you get, and finally it prints the thank you. That is while statement. While condition is satisfied, the statements within the while will be executed. Now, sometimes if you want to give that the infinite loop, you are using the true, while true, default is true, and it may occur during the execution of the loop. We may start with the while true. If the condition is not known in the beginning, I don't know how many numbers you will be giving, how many numbers you will be giving to add. I have to find some sum of numbers. How many numbers they will give, I don't know. They are telling when I will be ending the giving the number, I will be writing at that time done. So when the user will write done, then only just terminate the loop and show me the sum of numbers. So that simple loop is written and written on the Python shell prompt only. So sum equal to this while true, and getting the number done to end, also instruction when you will finish the entering. At that time, finish the entering the numbers, then type there done. So if it is done, then you are terminating. Otherwise, you are adding the number, converting into the integer to sum, accumulator, and now finding the displaying the sum here. So it is given here, sum is this one, each step I want to display sum also, no problem. At last you display, but I want to see that in which way the value is added. And when your number input is finished, you are writing done. At that time, the loop will be terminated. Going to the next slide. Nitish.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now two more examples I have given. Import math. I want to find the square root from 1 to 10 while x less than equal to 10. And here you do not confuse, sir. Here you have not given the proper indentation. I have given here indentation, but entering on the prompt, no. So it is counting the indentation from here. For that, it is looking like that. So I am just typing the while loop on prompt. So it is not going to the beginning of line. Automatically, it comes after indentation. And I share with you that is standard indentation is 4 characters. But depends upon the length of your Boolean expression. From where you are starting, but a standard, if you want to reduce it, you do not reduce it less than 4 characters. So here it is finding the square root. So we will have to display the x and the square root of x from 1 to 10. So 1 to 10 numbers are displayed and their square root is displayed. Some other n you can say that, or some expression that first I will be displaying a single greater than number, and there you want to enter something you do. So line of 0, I think I have not started the list, but it is checking that if it is comments, because it should go for the continue and break, because it is the previous university question of 2018. For that sake, I have taken continue and break. Coming to the next slide. So here is a sample run and simplest example of continue and break. So if you are writing something comment, so comment will not be printed, it is comment. And if you are writing other than comments, what you are writing the line, if it is preceded by the hash, so it will be the comment line. So you don't want to see, and other things you want to print the line. So it is given here, hello there. Okay, hello there. Hash, don't print this. So it will not be printed. Print this, print this. Okay, done. And finally it is okay. It is displaying, because till you are not entering the done, it will be repeating the same thing. If you are starting with any line, that will not be repeated, that will not be echoed, because you have given, if any line starts with the hash symbol, you do not print it like that. So here it is that output. The another loop I have shared with you. Should I go to the next slide? The break and continue is waiting next. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Break statement terminates the loop. I will not have to explain. Here I am writing again the same loop, because it wants, the loop wants that you will have to type your name. Type your name means YOURNAME. If you are not typing your name or your family members, your batchmate, colleague, friend's name, it is again asking type your name, type your name. Okay, when I am typing YOUR space NAME, then it is terminating, thank you. Use of break, you have seen that. Break terminates the loop. If you are using the nested loop, the innermost loop, where break is defined, that loop will be terminated, that will come out from that loop. One more example here of the break for to find the sum of numbers. Till you are, I have already given that in the previous slide, till you are not writing there done. So it will be getting the number and adding the number. So all the statement expressions should come to the one slide, no problem. So it is already understood. Now continue. The continue, I will have to take here time, because the continue, sometimes you know that continue, you have used continue in C, you have used continue in C++, you have used continue in Java. The question is continue. The statement answers are given for the continue. It skips the rest of the statement of the loop and again starts from the beginning of the loop. The question is, it will start the beginning of the loop from the next iteration or the current iteration will be repeated again. I repeat. So when you are running the while loop and in between if you have given the continue, because I am entering here showing one example, the marks in paper, I will have to accept the marks in paper. How many not marks in paper, enter marks in paper, or for how many students you are getting. So how many papers better to write? A paper, one paper, how many papers? How many papers? So how many papers? You are telling here that 5 papers are there, but one condition is there. One condition is there, so that marks must be greater than equal to 0 and less than 100. Here I am giving also how many papers. Enter marks in paper X, so it display enter marks in paper 1. Then you are getting the marks, converting them in integer. I am giving one. If marks is less than 0 or marks greater than 100, then invalid marks and continue. So again it is going to get the marks of the same paper or it will go to the marks of the another paper, because x plus 1, x equal to x plus 1 is written as the last statement of the while loop. And if you are explaining the while loop, rest of the statements will be terminated, not terminated. Rest of the statements will be skipped and it will start from the beginning of the loop for the same iteration or next iteration. For while loop, it is for this.
For the next.
Hello?
Same iteration, sir.
Same iteration.
Same iteration. Here confusion comes where the confusion comes. So when we are using the for loop and C++, because their increment and decrement is written in the first statement, x equal to 0, x less than equal to dot, or x equal to 1, x less than equal to dot, and x plus plus. The question is that x plus plus will be happening at the end of current iteration or beginning of the next iteration.
End of current iterations.
You are writing the for statement where increment or decrement is written as the third argument after the 2 semicolons. So that particular increment or decrement happens at the end of current iteration or in the beginning of next iteration. What, sir, you are asking the same question? Why you are confusing me? At the end of current iteration, I mean to say, because in while loop that x equal to x plus 1 is written here at the last. Getting? And in for loop it is written. So question again, sir, it will be starting for current student or next student, next paper. See here, I am showing the execution. So marks for paper 1 55, marks for paper 2 120. So it is not incrementing the paper equal to x plus 1. Again, it is accepting the marks for paper 2 only. Okay, like that again. Paper 5 you are giving minus 23. You have already given that condition, the marks must be between 0 to 100. So here again you are giving minus 23. So it will not add those marks also. So that average will not be corrupted. And again it will start to get the marks in the same paper. Fine. Continue. Skips the rest of the statements of a loop and start from the beginning of the loop for the same iteration.
Did he disconnect?
Now tell me, Isha, are you listening me? Anyone, please?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Fine. So that in between the recording is already on. Anyway, so I'm just starting the presentation again. So let now again, please respond to me. Anyone, please? Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Abhishek, fine. No
Yes,
problem.
sir.
So I will be sharing the screen again. Just wait. Recording is already on. So now presenting. So if somebody will be starting again the presenting through your screen, no, so my presentation will be interrupted. Okay, no problem. So here I was in the slide. Some of the things I have modified in that loop. Paper, how many papers, how many students, how many papers. Now Nitish again, it is okay? Visible?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So now the for loop and the range function, you have already done. Printf my name is, and what you are parse 5 times plus str. Looping you understand, then also I am giving some attraction that some of the print formats you check that. For what reason I have given the plus here? I can give simply here comma I. Here we can close the single quote comma I. For what reason I am just formatting this way, please? So that when you will give the comma, the print will display the also value with the comma. But I don't want to give the comma, and I want to print everything as a single expression. For that, I am converting in str in both are string that can be given as the plus str and plus this one. So this to be added, and here in this way that it is printing that 1, 2, 3, 4. So this way you are getting the another use of the str. It is taken from the VTU question paper. Some regarding that C programming, if I have taught you that if it is regarding here that how many characters are to be printed, 18 point asterisk S, and this asterisk will be replaced by this X. So first time 1 character, second time 2, 3, 4. So the loop is running from 1 to 17. The Python programming having the 17 characters. So in the C style, I wanted to print character by character, first time 1 character, then Python programming. So all the 17 characters has printed here. The next loop I am starting from 16. First time why I have given 18, because the range will be up to 17 only. So it should not have any confusion that second time you are starting with 17. So it is starting with, because the Python programming again will be repeated. So it is starting with 16, and here the reverse range, 16 to 1 in each step reduced by -1. So here I am giving here 1, and we should give it 0 or what? We should give it 0 or what? Or 1. So here it is, because it will have to run up to 0, 1, before 1, it is coming back, no? So it is the last range, and lastly again it will be printing P. So this is another Python programming printer. Should I move to the next slide?
Okay, sir.
Fine. The for loop is continued here, that if any in this you are using that anaconda, so print letter, so each character will be printed, and by default it is printing in the next line. Now this example should be given at the time of list, because I have not started the list. So anyway, so that something is there in the list, you want to print in separate line, fine. Here 0 to 5 a student of X, this line is also, because when we will start the list, then it is good. So I will go to the nesting of loops. So for iterating, or yes, you know that for within for nesting of loops, how many statements you are giving here, that is optional. And here finally, if you want to give out of that loop statement, so this statement, this for, and this statement are outer, under the outer for, and these particular statements within the inner for. I have given one example, 1 to 5, M in range 1 to 5, I love you all. So range is running from 1, and it will print I love you all 4 times, changing the line in each iteration, because these 2 statements are within the outer for, and it is printing. Again, some numbers pyramid we are creating with the C programming. So I want to print B less than equal to A. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to interact with the class, Prapti or Nitish, who is taking that question? If I want to print here 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. What one change you will be doing here? I have taken the two names. Hemant Kumar has joined. Hemant, Omkar Patra. So that this will go negative if you are not responding. Okay, Priscilla will respond. Priscilla mic maybe also will be the problem. Mehul, are you listening me, Mehul? Yes, you are listening
Hello, sir.
me. Mehul, you are listening me?
No, sir, this is Omkar, sir. You called my name.
Omkar, I have asked this question. You are taking that question?
Sir, could you repeat, sir? Network issues, sir. I can't hear you properly.
You are not
Hello?
hearing me?
Hello.
Okay. First you have answered my question. Okay, Gauri, Kailasasi, Vidya, Vani, Avijit, Nitin N. Okay, Monica S. Monica, please respond, Monica.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that you have understood the question.
Yes, sir.
What we will be changing, one thing to change to display the pattern 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Only
Sir?
one thing you will change. Who is taking that question?
Sir, will it be
Jayant.
possible by printing A?
You are Jayant or who?
Nitish,
And it is what you want to say?
is it possible by printing A instead of B?
Printing A only. One thing you want to change the print A. So first it will print the 1 and then 2, 2. The full marks to you, Nitish. Okay, good. Next. Some other because here the nesting of loop is going on, no? So you can see that the Python is not having any problem of the size of the data. So I wanted to print because the screen will occupy this much only. So the factorial number of factorial from 7 to 50, factorial from 7 to 50, factorial from 7 to 50. So if this logic, so many zeros are followed at last, how many times? Because I know that how many times it is multiplied with 10, how many times it is multiplied again by 20, how many times it is multiplied again by 30, how many times again it is multiplied by 40. So this way that zero number of zero being increased. So logically, your logically interview question. So they will not ask you that what is the factorial of 100. So if I am giving you to find the factorial of 100, the result will have how many digits zero at the end. Write my question for the interview. You are in 5th semester now. From next semester, you will be facing the big companies. If anyone gives you to find the factorial of 100, I am not asking you what will be the exact factorial of 100. You will have to answer that factorial of 100 will have how many digits zero at the end. By this formulation you can find. Going to the next slide, Prapti. So some of another lamps that again to print the multiplication table 1 to 10, this will cross multiplication table. It is given here. And again to a square root, to find a square root from 1.1 to 3 and stepping always by y equal to y plus 0.1. So the initial value is 0.1 and y is less than 1. So it will start from what? that 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 like that. And again 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, this way up to 3, because it is given here less than equal to 2. So it will go up to 2.9 and finally the 0. So this way it is printing here the square root and here. So do I need to write that statement? Otherwise say that anyone will say that, sir, we have not imported math. Okay. No need of math, because I have used what logic here, that this x plus y double asterisk 0.5. So it is finding the square root of that. Going to the next slide. So now this is my favorite question always for the prime numbers. The prime numbers for the given range, prime numbers, and you are asking inter-range of prime numbers from 2, so that you are converting both in integer and you are displaying prime numbers from 2 to 1000. And now how to find the prime number, you can check. I will not have to repeat the logic. We are running a loop from 2 to a square root of the value, TWO2 to a square root of the value. And if n is divided by %d, the prime is, the flag is 0. First I am assuming here prime is false. If prime is true, prime you can directly write. The prime is true, then you to display n if prime. So prime equal to 1, prime equal to false. It is required here to write here prime equal to false, prime equal to n. If n double equal to 1, or first time prime equal to false. Okay, fine. So now it is starting here. The first assumed as prime equal to 1 and prime equal to true is assumed. We can write here true also, and but I have taken here 1 and 0 here. So again, if anyone is giving that number 1 also, that it will not print that. So this number is required or not, I don't know, this 1, because it is always checking from 2 to. Okay, so this number I am making the comment why this is given. I'm just making the comment. So just I am expecting that you have given the 2 to and 1000, 1 lakh, 1000 to 1 lakh, it is printing. So that logic only here, the inner loop is running from 2 to a square root of the number. If number is exactly divisible, then prime equal to 0. You can use here prime equal to true and prime equal to false and break. And if prime means if prime is non-zero, then print. And it is not like that for each number you will have to say it is prime, it is not prime, it is prime. If it is a prime number, you are displaying the prime number, that's all. Now, the next attraction of this program is that it is only the Python. It is only the Python where the else clause can also be used with the loop, not only with the if. Else clause can also be used with the looping statements. Here, this else is not for this if. See the alignment. This else is for. When the condition is terminated, then that will execute. This else is for and not for if. And here, else clause for loop. I am not writing here else clause for loop. Else clause for loop means else clause can be used with the looping statement also, and it is elaborated here. So it is executed when the loop terminates through the execution of the list with for. And how does it execute with while? If when condition becomes false with while, and not when loop is terminated with a break statement. So if loop is terminated with a break statement, at that time it is not. When the termination, here it is given, terminates through exhaustion of the list with for, and when condition becomes false with the while. So this else is here for loop. Here we will not have to write this prime equal to false and prime equal to true. If the condition here it is executed when the loop terminates through exhaustion of the list. So exhausted, then automatically this loop will be terminated. So for one good example I have given how the else clause can be used with the for statement. Another statement, how it can be used with the while statement when the condition becomes false. So nesting of loops and exception handling, I have already told in the previous slides, the try and except. Except is not here like C++ or Java catch, it is exception. So if anything happens within the try block, this exception will be executed. Enter Fahrenheit temperature 212, then equivalent centigrade is 100. And if you are writing here 80 EIGSTY, yes, it is not a Fahrenheit temperature. Please enter a number because it is getting trouble to convert the EIGSTY 80 to Fahrenheit, getting problem to convert in float. So in a nutshell, I have given for the answer theoretically also to the university question. So what are exceptions and runtime errors? And the example of runtime errors is also given. I have already told to you. And here one program, famous program VTU question also, that use the break, continue, try, except, and just to find the largest in given numbers. How many numbers will be given by user, that is not known in advance. So you are running the loop with true, and when you will be entering done means at that time you are ending the number. Fine. So if you are not writing not a number, you are writing ABC, at that time it has to display invalid input, sir. Please enter a number. Again you are entering some number XYZ. So, and again finally we will have to find which one is the largest, which one is the smallest. And when you will be entering done, means you have already ended your input and it will display. And you know, I will not have to say that what is the logic to find largest and smallest. One new keyword you are seeing here, the none, because in general, what was the logic, sir? First number is assumed as maximum, and then it is compared with the rest of the numbers. If any number is found greater than that number, then maximum is that particular number. But here it is not so tension. One none is there. No one is now smallest or largest. I am just going to compare in which way? If largest double equal to none or largest less than n, then largest equal to n. Similarly for a smallest also, if a smallest double equal to none or a smallest greater than n, then a smallest is equal to n. So this logic, you know that. So this one program is giving the example of exception handling, break, continue. Continue for what? If you are giving the invalid input, you will have to enter a number. And break for what? When you are writing the done. And exception handling, this try and accept. Going to the next slide, Prapti.
Sir?
Fine.
Sir?
Yes, you want to ask something.
Yes, sir. So if largest equal none or largest less than n, largest will always be equal to none, right, sir? So that will always be true.
No, when you will enter, no, largest, two conditions are there. If largest is none, means not any number has been initialized. But any number, as soon as you are giving any valid number, and if largest is less than n,
Okay, sir.
less than n, at that time largest will be n. So two conditions are there. Largest is still none, 1. Then also the number will be initialized to largest. And if already initialized second time, third time, fourth time, if that particular number is less than n, then also the largest will be equal to n. I mean to say, you can say it for first time. Double equal to none is given for the first time. Okay?
Yes, I got it.
Fine. So now here is the classroom question. What is the time now? Time is already 9:57. So take your time, give your USN 3 to 5 seconds. 1 minute question. Anyone can take that question and write the answer in the chat box. Here I have not given is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can answer in the chat box if you want, so that it will show your presence in the classroom also. So that I am converting to the 1, 2, 3 question number also. So here the booleans we have given generally to find it, all will be giving the output true or false. So what will be the output of 1? Sir, 1 true, 2 false, 3 true, 4 true, like that. Now it is a small code that who is taking that question. Code 1 and code 2. What will be output of this? Code 2. The rest of the time, class activity only. You are writing the output wrong or right. You are writing the output wrong or right. You are writing the output. And even you can write, sir, I don't know. And it is not that all 5 or 6, any one, either you 6, all 6, either you 6 the code 1, either you 6 the code 2. Anyone take to get the full marks of the day-to-day activity and write the answer in the chat box. So everything will be recorded. So next slide is, in class activity, I have given one question. You can take time and you can show me the execution and your batchmate. It will be given as the flip class. If taking the 2-3 students also sharing that my one program, they are asking in the that Wipro placement and other placement, write a program to display all 9 digits, all 9-digit numbers, all 9-digit numbers. All 9-digit numbers mean not, it is from 1 to 9. 0 is not there. Numbers. Yes, already it is written. Perfect square numbers. The number is just, but without repeating the digits. So you will have to display all the square numbers getting formed by the 9-digit 1 to 9. And it should not have the repeating the digits. Means all the numbers will have the number digit 1 to 9. I repeat. All the numbers will have 1 to 9 digits. All the numbers will have 1 to 9 digits. Yes, if any number is repeated, then the another number you will be missing. And that number should be a square number. So it is the class activity. So you can show me in the next class if you have done it. And I will be giving you that exemption of one flip class if you are showing that solution, coding and explaining in 10 minutes. So I am stopping the sharing and coming back to the see that attendance. Now it is the time to make your attendance or make your comments for the roll number and make your attendance if you have given the 2 minutes time so that you are writing the answer. And your attendance should be marked here. 62 students. So I am not seeing here. Again, the Vishnu Vardhan, Ajan Serani, Hemant. If you are there, please respond. Mehul Sakaria. So 4 students will be absent today. Hemant, Ajan, Vishnu Vardhan, Mehul Sakaria, not Mehul Varsne. Okay. One more I want to ask that. Yashas, are you there? Vani, please respond, Vani. Good, I have seen you, Vani. Okay, and now this Nagmohan and Avijit.
Yes,
Nagmohan and Avijit.
Yes, sir.
Avijit.
Yes, sir.
Good. All lateral entry are present. Good. So, and I repeat again, Hemant, Ajan, Vishnu Vardhan, Mehul Sakaria. Nikhil P, Nikhil Mishra.
Sir, present.
Nikhil Mishra present. Nikhil P. Nikhil P. Sorry. Mehul Sakaria is there. Present, sir. Okay. I'm stopping the recording now. Preeti, Prapti, Gauri, Hrishikesh, Pratik Day.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, sir.